Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four Issue 3. And this is a pretty great issue. It did a great job of continuing to make the Griever a very credible threat, but also show how Reed Richards was able to make a plan and effectively deal with her. So we see everybody kind of like acclimating to their situation now that like pretty much all of the Fantastic Four's family's been brought up, and the Griever's bringing up how Reed Richards should have remembered hearing her voice, and that Reed has a flashback that he knew that the universe was going to end, but he was always trying to figure out the math to prevent this and stop this from happening, and that he remembers that he had heard her voice that you'll lose. But he knew that that was pretty much just to distract him because he was getting so close. He's like, yes, I got this. So he starts setting it up. He has Ben and Johnny destroy the teleportation pod that everybody came in. He's like, hope you guys know what you're doing. And then the Griever's like, why would you do that? That's your only way home. He's like, no, that's your way into our universe. That's why you let us do it in the first place. And then he gets the rest of everybody to go after the ship and start tearing it down. And of course he gets Ben and Johnny around them, and we get the lowdown that it's been like half a decade for Reed and Sue, and Johnny's like, what the crap? How old are the kids? And they go, Valeria hugs Johnny, Franklin hugs Ben. He's like, I messed up. I wasn't able to stop her and everything. He's like, no, that's okay. And we see that Reed's like, he's made a false conclusion to this, that the Griever was able to take out Molecule Man because he was closer to what she usually takes down. The universe is on a molecular kind of level, whereas taking down a microorganism by hand is a little bit difficult with what's going on with the rest of the people. So he's like, yeah, they'll be fine. But we kind of have to set up what's going on here. We kind of have to make sure that one teleportation pod's okay, because Johnny's sent off to go after the ship and make sure that that's all taken care of. But he needs Franklin to help him go after the Griever, and he's like, no, I can't do it. And they're trying to do a pep talk for him, and it's not kind of working. Spider-Man comes up and says he's got the greatest power, so he's got the greatest responsibility. But of course, Ben says, nope, none of that. And I kind of like that Spidey thing. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, no. He's like, when you get knocked down, we pick ourselves back up. He's like, listen, you got your family behind you as well. Like, yeah, all right, I'll do this. And they go through, and they're pretty much getting ready to take her on. And it's really cool seeing Franklin and the Thing shouting, it's clobbering time together as they're taking her on. We've also seen some bantering going on with like Johnny being surprised that Iceman's a Fantastic Four person, and also calling it not canon and that being brought up. But he does get onto the ship eventually, and we see that the Hulk has pretty much taken it out, except for one teleportation pod. He's like, listen, I wasn't here, you take the credit. But that is getting a little bit more towards the end of the issue. We see that they're taking on the Griever, but of course Johnny's kind of being a little bit distracted, and Sue's calling him out on that while he's like talking with the other people, getting on his way to the ship. So, oh, he gets distracted and goes for the children. But of course, there's also the other family around, and they take on the other enemies that are coming on to help protect the Future Foundation, but they can also take care of themselves. However, the Griever's like, all right, I'm going to take Franklin and kill him as a mercy thing. Talking about all the billions of lives he's made to pretty much live and die and suffer, and that this is a mercy killing. But then Sue's like, I ain't having any of that. Is able to get him out of there. And Reed's like, oh, that's all right. We won. And she's like, how? Okay, we've pretty much destroyed your ship. You've only got one pot. Your basic conceit, because he talked about this when he was doing his strategy, is that the Griever is an embodiment of destruction, of entropy, and that there are other beings like this, and he accepts this kind of like magic is a science he doesn't understand yet. So the thing is, we can't stop her. She's unstoppable. But the thing is, we don't have to stop her. So Reed's plan, we find out towards the end, was to pretty much get her to a state where she has one teleportation pod left. And because her embodiment is of destruction, she can't create. So thereby, she can't really create anything from anything else because they sent Valeria to the last pod. She's like, what am I supposed to do here? And she's like, I get it. Ben and Johnny were to break the teleportation pod, not completely destroy it. And, of course, the Griever's like, he's got her in a checkmate position. Obviously, she can't destroy a universe that she's in, because that would destroy her as well. So that's why she needs the teleportation pods and everything, and that's from her realm. So they essentially say, go back to your realm, and you're good. The reason they wanted to keep their teleportation pod in their hands is because it had the coordinates to our universe, and if she got there, endgame, game over. So they got her, she leaves, and they pretty much get everything back together, and they're getting ready to fix it and everything. Their whole advantage was that they can build, create, and fix things. So, yes, that works out pretty well. And I like that inventive way of figuring out how to fight this unstoppable force. The force itself cannot create. So use that to your advantage, destroy the things that they can't build, fix, or create with, and they essentially have to leave. It's like, yeah. I'm like, classic Reed Richards there. Very good. And it's like, alright. And then trying to tell him that he's his best man. I'm like, yeah, you're my best man too. But he's like, no, you're my best man. And then they're like, oh, so excited. Yeah, we gotta get back for a wedding. And that's where the issue ends on. And I'm like, yeah, this was pretty cool. We got a lot of, well, we didn't get a lot of time with any of the other extended Fantastic Four family. I mean, we got Medusa being like, did your husband really just strand us here? We got more screen time from Spidey. I liked him giving the great power and responsibility, and then going to Frank and saying, hey, we good? And like, yeah, you've got a code name now? I was like, yeah, Powers. I was like, nice. I'm like, yeah, seeing Spidey just kind of chilling with Franklin was pretty sweet. I'm like, yeah, alright. And seeing the Hulk being like, you take credit for this. I wasn't here. Okay. And Iceman being like, yeah, Johnny's being a butt about that whole not canon thing. Screw him. And it was kind of cool. I'm like, I would almost just like an extended one. Now, granted, this is probably going to be the wedding one where everybody that's here would be like, yeah, one of the big guys is getting married. Let's do this thing. It's like, yeah. Have that kind of just celebration of the Fantastic Four. Like, yeah, okay. And I like the setting up of the Griever. I hope we see more of her because I like villains that are not that easily taken out. I like where there has to be room to think and maneuver, and it's not just powers and abilities, it's that brain and brawn approach that usually work very well with kinds of heroes like Superman and all those kinds of heavy hitters where it's like not just punching something out, you have to outthink it as well. So I really like this reintroduction of the Fantastic Four. Can't wait to skip through the wedding and then see kind of where else this is going to go. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.